the tequila kind of
connoisseur, bro. That's it. Just like
okay. That's how we starting on a Friday.
No. Just that's how I was starting the pre-show, nigga. That was it. We ain't got to get into all that. I don't need nobody thinking I got a problem and shit like that. You ain't gonna do that.
Felt good to get that out.
Hey, I like that NAU hoodie that you got on, man. I'm gonna have to see if I can get me a little, little something on that.
Yeah, I hear that. We here on a Friday. You gotta get you something, man. You know.
No, I did need some merch. I think I only got one NAU new shirt, and I still got a whole bunch of old ones from just from back in the day. Right. I don't even know why. I don't even know how they still there. Like, you know what I mean? Like they dingy and shit and everything. But
right.
I still be wearing them though. Just cause. But
probably the old blue too, like that.
Yeah, the old blue one. I got an old gray one that got a hole on the side, but I still rock with it though. You know what I mean? And then I got this yellow one. At least when we first got it back in 03 or 02, it was a good color yellow. Now that shit is just. I don't even know what color that is now. Just like, yeah, that's
that pastel yellow.
Man, I'm trying to tell you that shit that's one of those you done been through it yellows. Like, you know what I mean? Like one of those. Yeah, so that's it.
Well, what's good on a Friday, man? Yo, we getting crazy rain out here, bro.
Right now?
Yeah. It's been raining. It rained all night. It stopped. It just stopped raining, but it's like all day.
Really?
Yeah.
See, usually it don't really rain like that. Really, like Arizona, it's more like y'all get that heavy rain during monsoon season, like right there towards the end of the summerish or early summer.
We don't. We ain't had a monsoon like last summer. I don't think we got one monsoon.
Y'all didn't even have it. Okay, well, that's what I'm. Okay, that's what I remember you guys doing. So y'all ain't even doing that though, huh?
It's crazy. I don't know what's going on.
That's it. It's just we can. I guess you want to have a talk about global warming. I don't know nothing about it, but I just that they got something to
something
do with it.
Something going on.
Something. It just you know what it is. I'll tell you why everything's all jacked up. What? What shit you got to say now? Like, just what?
Why you got a straw?
What you mean, bro? I don't know. Shut your ass up. Dude, I can't do nothing without you critiquing something.
I'm not critiquing, but
no. We're about 5 episodes straight on this shit, and every time I do something, you got something to say about something.
No, you put yourself in their positions, bro.
I was just taking some water. I was just drinking it. What? You're drinking your water.
Yeah, but you just had this.
I'm drinking mine. What's she talking about?
This shit is funny. I ain't mad at you. I don't know why. It just looked funny. You like,
hey, cold water in a hydro flask, bro. Like, I don't know how we didn't.
I'm not mad at that. You right about that.
I don't even know how we didn't get that growing up, bro. Like, our shit was always just warm.
Them damn thermo, whatever.
Yeah, and they never kept nothing cold. For a second, these hydros crazy. You put some ice in there. I put some ice at nighttime. That shit's still in there in the morning. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. Got me. Hey, and you take that sip and it just tastes like water. Tastes so good.
It's just so pure, bro. I'm like, damn. Just like,
I be in the office.
It's like, man, it's just like, from like the lakes of Minnetonka, bro. It's just
I'm telling you, bro. The glaciers of Iceland.
The glaciers. That's what I'm trying to say. I'd be so.
Hey, I be in the office and I get this cup and I start sipping. I start drinking.
Hey, I would drink the hell out some water in the glass, but give it to me in a cup. I don't want it.
Nah,
I don't want it. You put some ice and put that shit in the flask and give it to me about 10 minutes. Oh, I'm drinking all that shit. I'm like, oh, man, that's what water's supposed to taste like.
I'm telling you.
I don't know what it was like. I don't know what I was doing before, but it just. But now I'm just
not drinking water. Not drinking water.
I wasn't drinking no good. That's why I tell you that shit. No. Hey, do you ever get on any of those like the other ones? I can't remember what the companies are, but it's those ones that are like those pH balanced waters. and they add a little shit to it, like some minerals or some kind of just whatever. Hey, get you one of them. You can taste the difference, bro. I'm trying to tell you. You taste the minerals. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. You were like, damn, that's some good ass water.
Gosh, bro. Golly, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. He said you could taste the minerals.
Something is different in there, bro. I'm like, damn, that's some good ass water. Like it's just, you know.
Oh man, that's wild. That's wild. Hey, before I forget, I want to start. I'm starting this podcast out right, yo. Shout out to our boy. I gotta give him a shout out because my man was doing work the other night. Trey McKinney, bro.
Shout out Trey.
Hey, Trey McKinney. His mom watches the podcast. I know she watches or she listens. So shout out, appreciate the support. But Trey was in his bag the other night, bro.
Nice. Let's go.
Hey, they so we got the Arizona playoffs going on. Mm-hmm. Perry is the top dog. They're in the open playoffs. They had the semifinals the other night. This was Wednesday night. You know, we got people we know, Trey, Bruce, and right. I was tuning in to watch, and yeah, man, like Koa, you know Koa Pete, right? Koa Pete's one of the top 10 players in the country. He's still undecided about where he's going, but he had he had fractured or something with his hand.
Yeah.
Right. So he didn't play he didn't play last week. Mm-hmm. And the report was he was out. He was not going to play. He decided he was going to play the other night. He didn't start. He came off the bench. And so they were playing, who were they playing? Oh, Sandra Day O'Connor.
Yeah, SDO. Yep.
Good squad from the West Side with some of Amari's club mates. Michael Simcoe. Shout out to the Simcoes. John Simcoe, Johnny Wick. But
John Wick?
We call him John Wick. There's two brothers. They're twins. They're twins. But anyway, Koa started on the bench. And so the first few minutes of the game was just a little shaky for Perry. Like they just couldn't generate something.
Not the same Perry. Right.
No. But insert Trey McKinney, baby.
Let's go.
Trey came out, had the first, I want to say 6 points.
Okay.
And then I think he had, I want to say first 10 out of the first 14 points or something like that. Okay. And just like went at people, got fouled, finished. Like, it was cool to see, man. Like it was a big role for him to step into. Like,
facts, absolutely. Right.
He was ready, man. He came out and was doing his thing, and then they just took off from there, and they ended up winning. So they ended the finals. I think it's Saturday.
Right.
But it was just cool to see him have
he had a moment in a time where they needed somebody to step up and then have a moment. Because just like you said, you start off a little bit sloppy, but the reason is because Koa's not in there. So now the team is struggling, trying to figure out who they are and trying to find that identity within that game. And then you insert somebody off the bench to step in for those minutes. And I'm just happy for him that he was able to do that. Though I know he's been putting in a lot of work these last couple of years, kind of been overlooked because he's playing behind a 5-star guy is pro. You know what I mean? So it's just, that's not a knock. It's just like, that's just the reality of the situation. But he definitely took that moment and said, shit, I can also play too. So that, it
was dope. It was dope. We were sitting here watching on the TV and I was like, go Trey, go Trey. You know what I'm saying? It was dope, man. So shout out to Trey, man. I'm happy for him. And Perry's just a good program, man. They got they run it well. Bruce is playing well. Koa's playing well. Nono's playing well. They just got a good group of kids, and they do it the right way. And Yeah, so they're playing in the championship on Saturday. But
who they play against?
They are playing against. They will be playing against Sunny Slope, which it'll be a great game, man. Just
right.
two
really, because I think that was last year. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but last year we had talked about that a while there too. Sunny Slope was a really good team last year there too, right? And
they're always good.
Okay,
man.
Okay.
Yeah, Ray Portella over there, Coach Ray. He's one of the best coaches around. Like I love how he coaches, how he runs his program, and they are always there. They're just steady, and they get dudes and they just play well, man. So I mean, it's gonna be a hell of a game on Saturday. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that. So yeah,
that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so. I just had to get that out because I was like, that was on the top of my brain. I was like, we got to shout out our boy.
Yeah, shout the boy out though. Exactly right. Yeah, stayed ready though. You know what I mean? Just stay ready.
Yeah. I was mad when he moved out here. He didn't come to Castile, but
yeah, right.
Got to coach him in club. He was a great kid.
Good, works hard. Just needs a chance. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome.
I hope he gets a chance. I haven't really heard anything about his recruiting, but like I'm sure somebody's going to give him a shot.
I know there's a few schools that are kind of in the mix or whatever and stuff, and I think they're trying to assess and try to figure out like what's going to be the best, kind of just like for them. So, and it's like he's got time there too. I mean, especially because of the way that this new way of just basketball and shit that's kind of just like going on as far as the D1's not even taking high school kids no more, and then you almost have to take this new different route where you got to go JUCO or NAI the first year and try to do something. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a whole new landscape that I think everybody is trying to figure out. Now on the other side, a guy like Cole, who's a top 10 or a top 20 or whatever that's in the nation, like. He's not gonna, he won't have.
He's not affected by that. No.
He don't have to think about those kind of things or whatever. There, you know what I mean. The other ones is just kind of like get in some place where you can go and then go play and kind of just do that. So that's pretty. It's gonna be interesting just kind of see how everything all kind of folds out. But yeah.
Yep. It'll play out. It'll play out how it's gonna play out, man. Absolutely. Try to tell the kids, man, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You just gotta work.
Yeah, just stay patient and focus on what you can focus on, and that's gonna be kind of good. Yeah, I hear you,
man. Well, I know you had a trip to Las Vegas.
I like to try to. Sometimes I call it lost wages. Like that's what that shit is. Lost wages because sometimes like that's what people are doing. They losing that shit. But I didn't even really get on the table that much, to be honest with you. I got a little bit one night. I was out there with Stephanie, and then D Mike was out there with us there too, and we had we had a little bit of a time, not like the time that we had when we were out there a couple of years ago. But
nobody gonna have a time like that.
Anybody gonna have a time?
Ain't nobody.
I will tell you this: Haley was not sitting on the ground eating her ramen noodles. Like it didn't get that bad. It didn't get that bad. Now, whatever. I know she's listening. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
You did that. You did that.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah, you did that. I didn't do that. You did that. Yeah. So it was just
we watched you do that.
Yeah, we definitely watched you do that. No, but the tournament went well. We the first game we got a chance to play against Genesis, who beat us in Northern Cal late December. It was a good close game, and I think we lost them by 3 or 4 points. They're a really, really physical team, though. Like they've got two guards that are a little bit. They're like wider and they're built bigger, but they can move, man, and they can guard. Like they're super, super physical and stuff. And like those are the kind of guys that they'll put on the other team's better players and stuff like that, and try to slow them down or beat them up a little bit and stuff like that. So I think we knew that kind of going into the game because we had played against them before. And it was just, it was a really good game by both teams. They tried to slow us down as much as they could and try to put that defensive pressure on us. And, and we stepped up and made some plays. Aylin had a really good game that game. He, shot the ball well, made good timely plays to other guys that were able to kind of step up and knock some shots down there too, which, how that is though too. You start getting other guys involved and stuff. the chemistry all of a sudden just morphs, and the confidence they have in each other just just magnifies. And now all of a sudden, you got guys that are just like, just snowball, just like you said, like, they just, and so they had a really good moment. So, we got up by, I don't know what it was. We got up, I think 10, and then we kind of like, we got up 10, but towards the end of the game. And then we kind of, it's like one of those, like, not take the foot off the pedal so much, but it's kind of in those moments where it's like, we got to think about like, okay, we're up 10. They're coming at us. Like, we don't have to, just take the first quick shot. Like, work some time off the clock, work the offense. Let's wait until we can get a, like a good shot, just kind of just deeper into like the shot clock and things like that or whatever. I felt like that we took a couple early shots, and then the early shots, led to long, it was long shots. So long shot led to long rebound, which led to kick out. You know what I mean? Uncontested, things and stuff. And so now they're able to get layup, but then they're able to get back into the press. So it just, it kind of just makes that tough. So kind of some growing moments on that, but that's what these are for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
They kind of like, you can kind of understand those situations, those scenarios, because ultimately, like, the whole goal for all of this, at least for most of us, when I talk to you and when I talk to other guys, similar mindsets, is that this is all trying to get these kids ready for what high school varsity basketball is going to be. And you know what I mean? And it's like, like, we want you guys to be able to be in a position to where you can add value to your high school varsity team and be able to play. So you got to beat these situations now. So that kind of helps with the IQ and the growth of that. So that way that you're going to be ready in those pressure, in those pressure situations. So we won the first game. Then we had to play a bit later on that day. We had played against Team Determined again, which, again, we played them super, super close when we played them in Southern Cal. It was in January. I think we ended up losing to them by 6. And it was one of those games where, like, again, we were up for a little bit. And then, again, we didn't take care of the ball like we should have, I shouldn't say take care of the ball. It's just like sometimes we get guys that, that kind of just like want to take shots maybe a little bit earlier than I think that we should be trying to take it. Like, you know what I mean? Right. And not being in a position to have a big be down there to rebound, or, you know what I mean? Get it. You know what I mean? Like, if the big is coming down the floor, maybe don't take the shot, then we can wait to move the ball around. At least if nothing else, it gives us a chance to rebound the basketball.
Right. And then on top of that, then he's just running down and then
exactly right. Yeah. And after a while, bigs are just going to stop running if that's what it's going to be like. It's like, damn, if you're not even going to let me get down there to at least try to rebound or get a post touch or something like that, then guess what I'm not going to do on the other side after about 3 or 4 possessions? I'm not rebounding down there either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, so it's kind of one of those ones. So we had lost them earlier, and then so we knew what was going to, like how it was going to play out this time. They're just a really good team. They're coached well. They got good players. They got guys that make plays. So it was just another fun game. We did not come out with any energy whatsoever in that first half. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those ones, like, you're waiting for them to, like,
let's go. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially just, like, you guys got to the semis. You guys beat Genesis, who, if you do the whole, well, they beat this team, like, they're one of the few teams that beat Arsenal, and Arsenal ended up winning the whole thing, and you guys just beat Genesis. So it's like, if you look at it from those kind of standpoints, if you guys can take care of business, like, let's go see what the championship game looks like if we can get there, right? And I don't know if it was that they were overlooking, me and you had this conversation yesterday, is that after the Genesis game, and again, no slight or, shade thrown out to Made Hoops and doing all that, because their whole thing is they've got guys that, film games and film this, and then they make these highlights. It's all about getting likes and getting exposure and all that kind of stuff, right? So, so we had a really good game against Genesis, had a really good one. And then, about an hour later after the game was over, then it was just like all this, who are the next Seattle players and who's this and who's that. And they got a picture of Aylin and somebody else. And then they got this highlight video of us just kind of play. And I really feel like, from a mental standpoint, I feel like that made them feel like, oh shit, we here.
Too much gas.
That they didn't have to show up because the other team was just going to lay down or whatever that it was. And kind of just like going back to like the year before, we had a similar incident in the first Made Hoop session that we played, and we played against one of the Soldiers teams. I can't remember if it was Sacramento or San Diego or Oakland, but we played against them and handled them pretty well. And right after the game, then there was another Made Hoops post about, oh man, Rotary, they're for real, and this. And there was another thing where it had all this video. Then we played Arsenal like about an hour later, and they smacked the shit out of us.
2 packs of ass.
Yeah, oh man, it just almost like that we just, it's just like And so I wondered if that was going to have anything to do with how we were going to play in that game there, right? And it just kind of just like watching them in warmups, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you are with warmups, but like I watch warmups and it's like you can tell. At least to me, I feel like that I can tell from my team. Now, these are just ones that I've coached before that, like, if there's not a good warm-up, you can almost expect for us to be shitty for the first half of the game. You know what I mean? Just because we're trying to figure some stuff out there, right? It's like guys going through the motions. There's too much joking around. There's nobody.
Being too cool.
Yeah, and then it's like, then you feel like that, like you got to bring them into the center, and then you got to try to like get on them and, you know, motherfuck them and do whatever just to try to get them to start playing. And it's just like, guys, we shouldn't have to do this. This is a basketball game.
Yeah.
We came here to hoop. So like this game's getting ready to start. So like we should be ready to play. And, you know, I don't know. I think that, you know, had something to do with it. I think that when we don't hit shots early as a team, I think that the morale tends to go down, which it's like, guys, like there's so much time in a basketball game. Like stop putting all your marbles into just like this one basket, which is this shot that you're going to take right now. And if you hit it, then, shit, I'm ready to go and I'm going to play. And then if I miss it, then just like, you're going to make or miss shots. That's the game.
Yeah.
That's the game right there. You know, and so they jumped out early and they were up like, I think it was like 12-4 something early. And again, 12-4 doesn't seem like it's that much because it's really only 8 points. That's really 4 baskets. But it was just like how much like effort it took us to score those 2 buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then how like they were just moving the ball around from their offense, and just like our slides were late, we're jumping on shot fakes. So then that puts people in the rotations. That means our side, like the weak side guy that we've got boxing out the big is now a guard versus the big because we were bad on the rotate. Like, you know what I mean? All those things. And then so like they're just comfortably just getting shots and doing this. And then, you know, we kind of woke up I'd say about 5 minutes left to go in like the first half. And then we kind of started to score a little bit and try to get into a little bit of a rhythm. We're still down at half, but at least you know, like started to see a little bit of like,
you're getting there.
Yeah. Still light. Now, in the second half, though, the second half was just a total different one. It was a great second half. I mean, it was now all of a sudden like we're starting to play with energy. We're getting to the foul line. We're knocking shots down. Like we're getting the stops that we need now because guys are being active defensively. It's so funny where, again, just like we were talking earlier, all of a sudden you see the ball going once or twice. Now all of a sudden your defense is a little better.
Energy goes up. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like just you can be like that the whole time.
Which is funny because like you think about teams, and we'll get into this later because we're going to be picking some games, but you think about like Houston or St. John's where like
St. John's
they don't care about shots. Like they only care about defending and rebounding. Like that's the whole thing. That's their whole identity, and like you're gonna have to play through that. They don't care about the shot. They're just gonna shoot. You know what I mean?
Because they'll figure out how to get the ball in, but then again, they're too just from that. When you put the emphasis on the rebounding and the defense, really what you're doing is once you've established that in the game, it becomes a little bit demoralizing to the other team because when they're like, shit, I can't score. They're all of a sudden they're not playing with that same energy. You know what I mean? And so it's just so that's kind of how we look in the second half. Now we're getting stops. Now we're running. Now we're getting to the basket. Guys are starting to knock down shots, and then at about the 9-minute mark, we had kind of like tied it. So then from there, it was kind of like they go up 2, we go like it was like back and forth like that the whole time. Which is like, okay, now we've got ourselves a basketball game. And then you know, just to kind of fast forward towards like the end, we go. Aylin gets fouled, and so we're down what? So it's 46-42. Aylin gets fouled. He steps up, knocks down 2 free throws, and then so now it's 46-44. Then on the next possession, we get a trap. They throw it. We get a steal. We get a layup. Now all of a sudden it's 46-46 with like a minute and something left to go.
Okay.
No, it's about 1:30. And I was like, oh shit, like, you know, like now we're gonna go, right? They get a bucket, make it 48. We get a bucket, make it 48. So that was 48-48 with like 115. We get a stop. We come down. One of our guys, Jonathan, hits a free throw line jumper. Now we go up 50-48. They come down. They're trying to get their stuff. It's about 45 seconds left, maybe closer to 40. They shoot, they miss. So now all of a sudden, now it's like, okay, all we got to do is get the ball and just hold.
Right.
You know that they're going to have to come foul us.
Right.
You can maybe try to trust the defense, but then are you really trying to trust it with the shot clock? And then now we end up taking a shot at like 10, 9, 8. Now all of a sudden, if we get an offensive rebound, then now that's going to be game because now you're going to have to foul.
Right.
I'm thinking that they're going to foul early, put us on the line, make us have to earn it, and then now try to come down and run something to kind of get a shot off. And we threw it ahead. And instead of us trying to hold it, now we try to go with the basket. So we dribble the ball off our foot. It goes out of bounds. And it was just kind of like, oh man, you know what I mean? Just like again,
learning moments, man.
The learning moments. It's like in the moment I'm hot because I'm just like, oh, y'all had it. But when you look at the bigger picture, you're just like, those are like learning times, though. You know what I mean? It's just knowing, like, again, knowing time, score, possession, and foul count. You know what I mean? And just because those are so important, especially at the end of the game. And, you know, I mean, but it was a good thing. So we won 1 by 3 and then we lost 1 by 2. That team ended up playing against Arsenal. Arsenal ended up winning it or whatever. And again, whatever. But it's just like, I'm glad that we were able to play. I'll tell you the one thing, though, was some bullshit.
What?
Bullshit. Now, it wasn't the first 2 games. So we're supposed to play Arizona Unity in a 3rd place game.
Right.
Because AZ Unity lost to they lost to Arsenal in the other semifinal game.
Yeah.
We're supposed to play 3rd place game, right?
Right.
They didn't even show up.
What?
We had a Sunday morning game. There was 2 guys that was there. 2. So we're over there warming up and we're doing this shit, trying to get ready for the game. Our guys ready. Now I get it. Nobody wants to play the 8 a.m. game. Nobody wants to play the 8 a.m. game on Sunday. But my advice to you is we'll fucking win the 3 o'clock game on Saturday. You ain't got to work. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's just my advice. Like that's what I was telling him. I said, well, lesson learned is win the game that you know that you're supposed to win. Then that way that you can sleep in and then play the 12:40 championship game. But we didn't. So now you know what? We get the 8 o'clock game. Does it suck? Yes. It sucks for everybody. You think anybody wants to get up in Vegas knowing that what the temptation is in Vegas at nighttime for, like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody want to do that, but it is what it is. So we're there and our guys are getting warmed up and we're doing this. And I'm just looking, I'm like, they got 2 guys and the 2 guys aren't even warming up. They're just sitting on the bench. I'm like, this shit ain't.
Wow.
And then I'm just parents and the parents of the 2 parents, like, and the parents of like the 2 kids, they're getting upset because they're just like, where's our team at?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's 2 that show up and the rest aren't there. So them like, you know, Made Hoops is calling them and doing this and they're saying, oh, we'll get there in 15 minutes. Oh, we're going to be there in 15 minutes. And then like 15 minutes went by. Then another 15 minutes went by. Then another 15 minutes went by. So all the other games had already started and they were already in halftime of their games and we ain't even started yet.
Oh, wow.
And then they came over and they were just like, yeah, you know, like we're not going to be able to play it. You know, like they're not here. This. And I was like, that's the part that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, that ain't cool. That's not cool.
And then like as we're leaving, you get like it was like 2 more of their guys or 3 more of their guys showed up. And I was like, man, just miss me with that. Like, I just didn't like that part. So, I mean, that's the only like negative.
See, to me, like when stuff like that happens, like honestly, you want to correct that. When teams do that, don't invite them back. They not invited.
And so the thing is that they had a similar situation last year, like where they didn't show up to a game or guys didn't show, or like they were going to be in it and they were supposed to play one session. And then at the last second, they pulled out. So like teams that were supposed to get like their 3rd game, their 4th game that weekend only ended up getting 2 or 3, which means that at the next session, now you got to play 4. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, if you're not going to commit and then play, don't do it. Because there's too many people that are traveling from all sorts of other places that, you know, do this. And like it's really a disservice to the kids. And it's just hurtful. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Look, we'd have spent all that time and I'm thinking to myself, shit, if nothing else, we're gonna get 3 quality games. Right. Well, now we only got 2 and then a forfeit. So you can say that we went 2-1, but I'm like, fucking nobody want to talk about 2-1. I want to play the game.
Yeah, that's not right. See, if I was a tournament director, they'd just be like, and this would be, look, it's an AZ Unity team, so I'm not, I ain't paying no favors, but like whoever it is, like whoever does that, like you just don't get invited back. You just
exactly right. They were like, no, make them have to earn that way back, or put them in like like with the Made stuff, they've got like anyway. I don't know if I'm speaking out of term if I say this, but it seems like that they've got. So with the 7th grade group this year, they had like. It was like a tier A and like a tier B there, right? Like, and so, then throw them on the B next time and make them have to earn it. Like you know, like you guys want to get, you guys better go in and win 2 years in a row or go do something and then show that you're going to show up to games. And stuff. Because if you're not, then because now what's going to happen is the next year when we play this and then you see Unity on the schedule, you're going to be like,
are they going to show up? Are they going to show up?
Yeah, is it even going to be a game? Like, you know, that's
part of the club nonsense and the entitlement, and you're not teaching your kids anything if you don't make them get up and play that game. Man. So like, if we're not doing it right for the kids, then you shouldn't get in. You shouldn't get in right. So
and I felt bad for the two parents that were there because I think that their parents, their kids, I think they're from Vegas. So the big boy, Jamar Chase, plays for them.
Oh yeah,
you know, Jamar, his dad didn't look very happy at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like what are we doing? And then they had another kid, I think it's a Hispanic kid, and he's been on the scene. He's been killing this whole year. Like I've been watching him play, and I was excited to watch him. You know what I mean? For no other reason than I've seen clips and stuff. So I want to see what that looks like in real time. Like, you know, just again, and then they don't even show up, and you're like, man, come on. So
that's rough. That's rough. Where'd you stay at?
Well, at the Strat. Come on now, we had the Stratosphere all day. It's just the rooms are cheap, bro. It's like $100.
I'm just asking, you know.
No, the Strat. No, that's where it's at. The Strat is where it's at. Now, driving on the outside, man, it's not where it's at.
Have you been up on the roof and done the roller coasters and stuff?
Man, hell no. Come on now.
You gonna do it?
Ayla was trying to get me to do that thing where you jump off the top. I'm like, nigga, for what?
See, no.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. He's like, come on, Dad. I'm like, come on, nothing. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Like, no, my feet stay on the ground. The only time that they come off is when I'm on an airplane, but even still, it's just like, I can't wait for that shit to land. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, hurry up so we can get out of here. So
and people over there jumping off the side of the building. I don't know how long them cords been there.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, no, let me tell you who ain't gonna take that chance. Me.
It's not gonna be me.
Gonna be me. So no,
ain't gonna be me.
Ain't gonna be me. It's like, ain't gonna be that shit at all. No, that's
well, that's cool.
Boys, what's the latest for you with the boys there? So I mean, like, you know, Mari and them, like, you know, what you guys had your last game. What's up?
Last game. High school career is done. And yeah, man, it's been a cool 4 years for him, man. I mean, it didn't finish the way we wanted, but you know, just it's part of the game, man. It's like I was telling him, it was like not many high school kids end up finishing their high school career with a smile. You know what I mean? Most of us have that rough moment where we gotta take that jersey off for the last time, and it ain't never fun. You know what I mean?
But he ain't done. So it's just kind of like, I'm just gonna put this up. Like, you know what I mean? So just Hey, let me ask you just from a father standpoint.
Yeah.
How is it, you know, I mean, I haven't been in that situation. Like I've been in a situation where I've coached Aylan and I've done things like that, you know, being in 5th and 6th grade, 7th grade this last year and stuff, whatever. Like what's it like coaching him in high school, and more so kind of like from the standpoint of, and again, I hope I'm not talking out of term when I say this, but I think that, like, you're probably looking at this like, damn, like I couldn't do none of that shit that he's doing when I was right. You know what I mean? Like, because that's how I am. And so it's like when you're watching that, like, and obviously you have to coach, but then now you're trying to be a dad at the same time. So inside you're like always kind of rooting and stuff or whatever. Like, what was that like those few years, like doing it? Because I remember the first time that I'd seen you guys was over in Vegas when he was only a sophomore, and you guys like you guys were going to turn him into the point guard and stuff and everything. And he was long and had a handle there. But he wasn't commanding at that time with the team as much as he was when I saw him a year later, and then like this year. So like, what was that process like and stuff? I mean, it's just like I've always wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah, there's a book to be written somewhere about this, but nah, man, it was honestly it was a cool experience, bro. Like I wouldn't change it for anything. I mean, awesome. With him, you know, like, again, like you said early on, it was just trying to get him to be confident, right? And you know, he's putting in work, but it's a difference between putting in work on your own and then translating, you know, to the court during games, right? And so to watch that process, to where he was, you know, like last year and into this last spring and summer, you know, watching him come into his own and be confident like that. I mean, it's cool. It's just a cool feeling for a dad, you know, to watch your kid, and then to be on the sideline for it, like it's right. Cool, you know what I mean? And then it ain't all peaches, right? Like there's that we had our moments.
Yeah, right.
You know, a lot of explicitives, a lot of come to Jesus meetings, all that stuff. But like, it is what it is, and I'm glad that I had the experience to do it with him. He had some great games. He had some games where he wasn't very good, and you had to work through both of those things. But,
right.
Just being a part of it was cool.
Did you enjoy watching him struggle more, or be out there in his moment more?
I hated watching him struggle. That's tough.
Right. No, I'm honest. Like, I'm trying to.
He had some games where he really struggled, and it's tough as a because like you say, you're in that dynamic where I'm the dad and I'm watching my kids struggle, right? And but on the flip side, I'm a coach and I'm trying to get the team to win. I'm trying to get him to play through it. I'm also trying to figure out however I can to help us as a team collectively overcome that, right? And so those moments are tough. I didn't enjoy any of that. Like it does, and I think more so, I think because I've always tried to be what's the word, very independent or not independent, but very straightforward, coaching as a coach. I'm not dad on the sideline, you know what I mean? So but in hindsight, when those games happen, you're sitting back after the game and you're like, man, that's not an experience you really enjoy. It's just it's emotionally draining. You want your kid to do well and they're not doing well. I enjoy the moments where he was, dunking on people and that was way more fun, finding people, dropping dimes and catching oops. That was fun, you know what I mean? So, but it's part of the learning experience, so I was happy to kind of try to help guide him through those things. And now he's on his own, man. So it's it's a new time, so he's back in the gym working, getting strong, and getting ready to head off to NAU at the end of May. So
wait, he's gonna go down there in June then?
In June, he literally the week after graduation, he gone.
Oh wow. Okay, so is he down there just? I mean, I'm assuming I'm trying to camps and stuff, and just trying to be down there,
workouts.
Is he gonna do school in the summer?
Yeah, he'll take a class. Yep. So yeah, man, it's a couple of months away.
So okay, so then now that you've had a son that you've done this with, that you kind of went through, and then now you got Zay coming up,
right?
What are some of the things that you if you had to do it all over again with Amari, and obviously that you can't, but now that Zay's going to be in there, do's and don'ts about ball? And again, it's a loaded question, right? About when you're a coach, do's and don'ts, parent do's and don'ts, because I'm curious, because I know there's going to be a point where I'm going to get up there too. And so it's I don't know. It's just, and you've been through it. So I'm just what are your,
well, for me specifically, I wouldn't mind doing it again with Zay, but I'm not. I am done. I'm officially done coaching. I've hung up the hat and I'm just going to be dad, man. And it's a hard decision for me to make, but for me, given the fact that I'm gonna have a kid in college and a kid that's about to be in high school,
right?
I'm not trying to split time. You know what I mean? I want to be there for both, and so it's just the way it is. And so I'm just gonna be chilling on the sidelines, man, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Do you not
have any regrets on that at all?
Nah, man, nah. How long I've been doing this? 20 years, a long time.
Since right after that you got out of college, man.
I'm good. I'm ready to just kind of just hang out in the stands, enjoy it, give pointers where needed, watch film. If I can do all that stuff, but I don't got to be sitting.
Yeah, but you don't got to be. Right.
Yeah. Let him have it. And Zay, he's been around. I've coached him, from time to time, and he's been around the high school team, so he's been involved with that. He sees, and I don't he's not one that's like, Dad, I want you to coach. He don't care. Like he don't care. He's just gonna do his thing, and that's fine by me. And I'm happy for that. Like he'll still ask for pointers. He'll still talk about stuff, but I don't need to be there every day. He needs to go through it on his own. So yeah, it's cool experience, and I'm glad I got to do it. Bless, man, bless.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna come to one of those days or two where because mine, I've got Aylin, but then I got the other ones that are so young there too. So I'm kind of like trying to balance that. Like I've tried to not coach him because like a few here and there, right? Just because if there's something local that's in Tri-Cities on a weekend, right? But like tried to not do the just coach the entire season just because I wanted him to hear it from somebody else. Like, you know what I mean? Like I never wanted the message to get to the point where he was tuning me out.
Yes.
And now I can't reach him, and you know what I mean, and do stuff like that or whatever.
And that will happen. I mean, that will happen. It happens. Shoot, Amari didn't want to hear from me for a few weeks at one point, and I was like, "Motherfucker, who you think?"
Anyway,
bruh, you better listen.
I am right. No, we don't play that game.
But no, I think it's important. Like you said, I think it's real important for them to hear a different voice, and as long as you put them in a situation where you trust the coaches and you know that they're teaching them the right things and they're going to hold them accountable, they're going to encourage them, all that stuff, then shoot, enjoy it from the stands, enjoy your own. And you got, like you said, you got young ones, like the splitting time thing, man, like that I couldn't do it and I won't do it. So.
I know that even though that like I've got ones that are younger, it was tough there too because now Isla and Asen are both really like not really, but they're like scratching at this basketball shit now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they want to start doing it because now they see me coaching and doing all the time. They see the training. They're around all the kids all the time. They're all of them playing basketball, so they're just like, oh, this looks like fun. Like I want to learn this and get better, right? And it's just naturally like that kind of happens. And like with those two, I never wanted to force it on them because I didn't want them to not like it. Like you know what I mean? I'm too involved in it that I didn't want them to not like it because I was hoping that they would, so we could. Hey man, let's go work out. Let's go, like you know what I mean, do things like that. And the harder parts were, and even though it's only YMCA basketball. Some of the hardest times where I was just like, well, I got to take Aylin to Seattle or I got to take Aylin to Vegas because he's got a tournament and I'm missing their games. And again, even though it's a YMCA game and it really doesn't mean anything in the moment, like I hate missing the games.
Yes.
I hate
it means the world, but it means the world to them. We make that thing.
Right.
And it's not like you dissing them because we understand the perspective. They're playing beginner youth league basketball. And it's not
to them, that's their moment though.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like that's their, like so like whatever Aylin and like whatever level that he's playing at right there in their mind, that's where they're at, even though it's there. You know what I mean? So they still do the thing. So it's like when I do come to the game and like Asen will get a bucket, like he want to turn and start flexing at me and get all stuff. Like I love all that shit. I'm here for all of it because it's just fun to watch them try to find themselves when they're doing it. You know what I mean? And then and even Isla, who acts like for the longest time that she didn't want to play basketball, and then but it's funny because like she act like that she don't want to play, but then when you get her out there, she's competitive as shit. She's not going over. She's like swiping at that damn ball. So I'm like, okay, so it's just, but like missing the games, I don't like it because then it's just like, Dad, are you going to come to my game this weekend? I'm like, I can't because I got to take Aylin, and they get it. You can see it in their face where they're just kind of just like, I wish you'd come to my game there too. And I hate because on the drive to Seattle, I'm always in my mind like, oh, damn it. Like, there's got to be a better way for this shit. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, if you can be there for all of it, be there for all of it, man.
I'm telling you, it just
goes. They'll be gone before you know it. They will be gone before you know it.
No, and it's just like, and like as we're getting closer, like Aylin's got one more year, then he got tight, and then he's in high school. So now things are getting a little bit more serious. Whereas the other three, Isla will be in third grade next year. Asen will be in kindergarten. Isley will be in like there's still some time, but I don't even want to miss their time.
Yeah.
I didn't miss Aylin when he was younger. Like I was there for all this shit, so I don't want to miss, you know what I mean? But at that time, he was the only child, so it was a lot easier just to move around with that. But then when shit, y'all got 4 too, so it's just like
it's tough, man. It's tough.
Not, getting stretched out. This is not
No, it'll be good, man. It'll be good.
So yeah.
All right, man. We got that time of the pod.
Let me get this 6-0 again.
Okay, my guy. We gonna get into
this. Listen, I'm just saying. This boy.
You living on pastime right now.
I think they live on.
You need to chill with that. All right.
I'm just saying, like if we just go off of last week, I'm 6-0. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, you're only as good as your last record. I mean, your last picture, right? Well, I'll be on 6-0.
Right. Okay. Here we go. I don't know. Is this the last weekend of the regular season? I want to say
right now, I think a lot of them are in the conference, like they're in the beginning of the conference tournaments.
Yeah, right? So this is because they got some of the lower conference tournaments starting
right now. Yeah.
All right, so this is the last weekend of the regular season for most conferences, and they haven't already started the tournament. So we got some good games, man. We're gonna go game one.
Let's get it.
Arizona at Kansas.
Kansas is one of those teams this year, surprisingly, like
is trash.
I'm trying to be nice about it, like they trash. I was like, that's
not good.
They're like they are definitely not.
Underachieving. Let's put it this way: underachieving.
They're not the same Kansas that we know. Like we always know Kansas to be a 1 seed or a 2.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be like a 7 or 8.
They're gonna be an 8 or a 9, bro. Like that's crazy to even think about that Kansas.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now I will say this though, is that once they get to March, though, Self figures out a way. Unless they're playing against VCU, Self figures out a way to get them to play and then do it.
Right.
But I don't know. But I don't know. Arizona. And no, wait, whoa, where's the game at? Is it over at Fog Allen?
Yep, it's in Fog Allen.
That's different. And I think this will be the first time Arizona's been there in like a conference game like that there, right? Like this is, I
want to say yes. Yeah, because this is their first year in the Big 12.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm gonna go Arizona just off of, Kansas hasn't done enough for me this year. Besides Wagner, is it Wagner that they got? No, it's Dickinson, right? Who's the big they got from Michigan?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else that they got. And usually they've got at least 2 or 3 guards that can go and do some stuff. I don't know if they've been plagued with injuries. I don't know if this transfer portal is like, you know what I mean? Like it's like there's a lot of narratives that you can go with this one, but I'm gonna go Arizona on this one on the road.
All right. On any other Saturday, I'd probably be with you, but it's senior weekend at Kansas, and they've been going through it. They played Houston tough earlier this week. I'm going Kansas. Dickinson, and he's all right. And like you say, the transfers ain't been playing well. What's his name? Zeke Mayo been getting hate mail from the fans and just having a rough go of it. But I'm gonna go Kansas on this one. I'm gonna go Kansas. All right, game 2. St. John's, the Big East champs for the first time since 1985.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
85. Dude, I'm trying to remember. Was that when Chris Mullin was there?
I want to say yes.
I don't even know. Like I'm just saying, like
long time.
You got to think about that far back. I mean, it just,
yeah, crazy.
And who they got?
They're playing at Marquette. Marquette has been up and down.
Marquette's been up and down. I think at the beginning of the year, they were preseason as like one of those top 10 teams.
Yeah.
And St. John's was kind of one of those nobodies. Like nobody was. I mean, I don't think anybody was picking St. John's to win the Big East in November. Nobody's picking it. I think they were saying, oh, like they'll be a middle of the pack team. They'll make the tournament. Give us one game and that's it. But I don't know. The more I watch St. John's, the more you're like, y'all better watch. Like I'll put it like this. Whatever region that you're in, you better hope that you don't have to go through them.
Exactly. You don't want that.
Put me in another, like if they're in the East, put me in the West.
Right.
Put me in don't put me with them because they muck it up. They make it hard for you to have to try to to do anything.
Awesome.
And then stop. every time they defend their asses off. That's what they do. They disrupt it. They do everything that they can to just get you out of your zone. I'm going St. John's just because I've been a Pitino fan forever. He always just figures out a way to just get his guys to buy into playing a certain kind. But I like Shaka there too. I'm not even knocking him.
No, I want to see them get it going. So this would be a good win for them because they just need like a momentum boost.
They need one of those ones. But St. John's got like they pride themselves on being able to guard and being tough as nails. And I don't know, like on the road too, you got some thick ass on the road to kind of do some stuff. So I'm gonna go. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to go against Marquette, but St. John's and Pitino, like. I mean, we all saw this shit coming a couple years ago when he took the job over at like Iona. We were like, okay, he's gonna be there for 2 years until he gets to the tournament. Then you knew he was gonna get back somewhere. And then, so this whole narrative of what's going on, this should not be surprising.
Not surprising at all.
Most guys that know, or I should say, to most people that know basketball, this should not be surprising.
No.
So I'm gonna go. I'm going with the Pitino and St. John's.
I'm gonna go with St. John's as well. Marquette senior night, but I'm trusting what St. John's is doing because them dudes are relentless, bro. And you know why else I'm gonna pick St. John's? No other reason other than this. When we get done, I need you to look up Jimmy Fallon.
Wait. Let me write it down. Say it again.
Look up Jimmy Fallon and St. John's. They did this skit last night. Bro.
In St. John's, really?
Yeah, it was like the opening to Jimmy Fallon's show last night. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, bro. It's this.
All right, okay.
So you gotta look it up. All right. So I'm picking St. John's. Done. Easy. Game 3. Ooh, this is a good one. Not that I know really much about either of these teams because they've both been flying under the radar.
But it's gonna be a good game, yeah.
Mississippi State at Arkansas. Now
California wins.
He needs it. He's like on the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a huge game for him. And Mississippi State's top 25. They're ranked 25th. Who's the coach there? Chris Jans, I think.
Wait, now where was he just at before?
Chris Jans was at
he was at Butler or Ohio State, wasn't he?
No. God, I cannot remember. I cannot think of it. It's gonna come to me, but I can't remember. Okay. But he's been doing a good job. He's really good. But Calipari needs him a dub.
Arkansas needs some. Yeah, they need some wins.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, just I No, because I did watch that Mississippi State and that Ole Miss game, and that one was that was a really good game a couple weeks ago. We watched them play. Ah, shit, it is tough. I'm gonna go Mississippi State. I'm gonna go with them Bulldogs.
Whew. Dang it! I was hoping you picked Arkansas. I wanted to pick. I'm picking Mississippi State too because I'm not a believer. Arkansas is just too. I don't like what's going on there. I don't believe.
Are you not a Cal fan, or are you just not a believer in like?
I'm not a Cal fan by any means. Like he's
ever?
Nah, not really. He just rubs me the wrong way, bro. He's a self-hyper. It's like, bro, it's not about you, man. Stop. Just do your job.
That's it.
He's got like a car salesman vibe.
I'll give you that.
You know what I mean? So, all right, I'm going with Mississippi State too. All right. Ooh.
Who you got?
The Egg Bowl. Wait, no, not the Egg Bowl. Iron Bowl.
The Egg Bowl? What the hell?
Egg Bowl is Mississippi school. Iron Bowl is the Alabama school. So we got Alabama at Auburn this time.
Wait. Which one didn't they just play?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
So now this is just part 2 then?
This is part 2.
Now, where was the first game at?
Alabama.
Oh, so this one's over at Auburn now.
Yeah.
And Auburn who they just lose to? They lost. Hey, Buzz Williams, dog. Like, get that man some credit, dog. Like, Buzz, hey, just.
Buzzing his best.
He's another guy that you don't want to play against him, bro. Like, he just, I don't know. He's like, damn, you talk about a bunch of guys that just get the hell after it. Like, it just said, so, I mean, I don't know, just the toughness in his team, just like Patino, is just, I mean, it's just crazy.
No,
like,
shout out to Bud. He's a good one. He's a good one.
Everywhere he's went. Like, you know what I mean? He was at that when he was at Virginia Tech. He was at that when he was, where's that before Virginia Tech?
He was at,
there was another school that was over there in like that east somewhere. Yeah, Marquette, right? He was at Marquette.
It was Marquette.
Yeah, that's why he was at Marquette, right? Yeah, just like, So he always gets those guys that, that dude right there, man. So so they, so Auburn's coming off the loss.
They are coming off a loss. Yep.
And they're at home. It's one of those ones you're just like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to.
I know.
You don't want to play a team that just lost on the road to another team in the conference, and then they're gonna come, like, you know what I mean? Because they're just gonna have whoever they gotta play against, that's not fair for them. I'm going Auburn.
All right, so I need to pick against you, so I'm gonna go Alabama this time.
And I can see it going that way there too, because Bama could come in there like, hey, they might be sleeping, like, you know what I mean, or they're gonna come out with too much if we can take their first punch.
Yeah, and Auburn, they are the overall number 1 seed in the tournament, and it's not gonna change. So it's like, are they gonna play hard, or are they just gonna like?
Are people going to start doing load management in college and getting ready for the tournament? I feel like it's way too, do you not feel like that this is a little too early to be announcing who, like, the overall number without even doing the tournament?
Well, here's the thing. In years past, they wouldn't do it. But Auburn's got such a big gap between.
Okay. Just straight the schedule, like where they're at. Okay. Right. Okay. So they're going to be the clear one. After that, it's like you don't know who's going to be. Okay. Yeah. I'll give you that.
But I'm gonna go Alabama with an upset here. Okay. I think they're gonna go in and knock down 1 billion threes. 1 billion.
Get the hell out the ball. Yeah.
I think they're gonna pull it off. All right. Last one before the BSG.
The Big Sky.
But we got the big game, the big rivalry. Duke at North Carolina.
Ooh, Duke is at North Carolina?
Duke at North Carolina.
And North Carolina's not going to make the tournaments. We don't need to be talking about this too much. I'm going Duke.
That's disrespectful.
Why is it disrespectful? North Carolina probably won't make the tournament, bro. What do you mean? I think the only way that they make the tournament is they've got to make it. They've got to get to the semifinals of the ACC or maybe get to the championship game. Listen, I don't think they're making the tournament.
Okay, all right. Look, I'm good with what you just said, but the disrespect that you just said. If you would have led with that analysis before you just was like, this ain't even good. That was disrespectful. That was crazy. Don't ever do that again.
He said, don't you ever do it like that again.
Wow. Look, I just want, I'm praying. Because I'm not picking Duke. I'm not going to do it.
You're not, I can't. I won't let me do it.
So I'm praying that they get this win. Because if they do get this win, they're in the tournament. Right now, they're still.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. But so they got something to play for. But yeah. Not being disrespectful.
Just saying, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, ever since I don't know. It's been a long year. How you like the coach?
I like Hubert Davis, man. I just they didn't recruit well. I saw this whole thing was coming last year when the transfer portal came and they were trying to get big after big and they kept missing. And I was like, they're done. They're cooked. Yeah. So I'm not surprised by it. I'm not.
So do they need better assistant coaches or better recruiting tactics? Or
they need more money. They need more money.
Shit, well, I mean, now the Belichick there, they might be able to get some more money and shit over the money.
Somebody better drop them a check, bro.
Slide them over some funds because it's just like,
some dividends. They need some dividends. Shoot. Oh my gosh. All right. Big Sky game of the week.
Big Sky game of the week.
I don't know what that was. My bad. I don't know what that was weird. Gotta go Got to go with our Lumberjacks, man. Got to go with the Lumberjacks. They're playing in the first round
against some Eagles.
Eastern Washington.
Man, hell no, I ain't picking no Eagles and whatever. Don't be giving me no bias shit neither. I just nope, sorry. NAU. Like, no, but they got. So I didn't even realize this. So NAU's got the #1 rebounder in the nation.
Yes.
And then they got a dude that scored. He's like second or third in the nation.
Yes.
What?
Need guys to step up. And they've been playing better lately. They've been playing better lately, but like collectively, they got the pieces, man. Like they got the guys to I think they're, despite their seeding, I think they got seeded 7th. I think that seed is a little misleading. I would not be surprised if they got back to the championship. I would not be surprised at all. Right. Not at all. Carson Tout leading the nation in rebounding.
That's crazy.
Trent McLaughlin
out there. That's what that shit is.
Yo, man, he was 11 for 11 the other night, and he had something like 15 rebounds.
I think the last time, if I'm not mistaken, I read something. Last time that we had somebody in NAU do that, I think that was old Dan McClintock. Back in Big Dan, I think like 98 or 99. I think is what it was. That was that was a while back. So yeah,
it's crazy, man. So they got a chance, man. I'm picking NAU always. You know, nobody likes Cheney Washington, so
hell no,
like nobody. Not even the people that live there. They don't even.
Not even the people that live there, but they're just there because they're like, man, I can't get out. So
I guess I shouldn't say that. We're trying to get into the Big Sky demographics. Let me take that back, y'all.
Let me take it back. Hey, it's a beautiful place. We're actually gonna
nice place. I heard it's really cool in the summer.
Moonwalking.
Slide back out of that. Yup, you right. Oh my God, that's funny. Oh,
that's good shit.
Go Lumberjacks, yo, get that dub, man.
You already know.
Yeah.
Oh, and last thing, real quick. I know. This is not gonna be in your. You ain't gonna care. Stop. I didn't even say nothing.
Wait. Maybe let me see if I know what you're gonna say. Let me take a guess about what you're gonna say. Okay. John Cena.
Hey, let's go. Hey, the biggest damn heel turn since Hogan joined the NWO.
Bro.
I'm trying to tell no, listen. People don't understand how big of a moment that shit was.
It was crazy.
No, it's crazy just because there was the turn there. Right now, this is John Cena's farewell tour. Just a little bit of background. This is the farewell tour for him. He's supposed to be done at the end of this year. He's going to main event WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes for the championship. Yep. He's tied with Ric Flair all time for most heavyweight championship wins. There's a lot of shit that's going on there, right?
Yes.
A lot of shit that's going on. You got the Rock angle that's coming back or whatever, because I think that they're going to still go on this bloodline feud with him and then with him and a Roman Reigns and doing all that kind of stuff. And I'm here for it. But when John Cena first came in here, John Cena was a bad guy. Nobody liked John Cena when he first came in.
Right,
he had a big ass chain. He was always rapping. He thought he was the shit. There was all that. Then he flipped it and started doing the loyalty, hustle, respect, and all that. And everybody got it. And now he's going out the way he came in. I am here for it.
Bro, I saw this and I was like, I was gonna mention it to you. So when you said you had one more thing, I knew that's what it was. I knew it was. That was crazy. I watched the clip and it was just weird, man. It was so funny to watch The Rock, over there giving the
and then seeing all of a sudden, boom, and then he got that kicker
And you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Cena sold his heel face is pretty good.
You forget that in Fast and the Furious, he had to play the bad guy. He had to play Jacob. He was all pissy for the whole time there too. So that's why I'm just like, okay, that has something to do with it. The one part that I thought was pretty funny. One, I don't know what the hell Travis Scott was doing in there in the ring.
Yeah, actually punching people.
No, but he didn't sell it though. He actually punched Cody Rhodes.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He was.
in there two-piece that man. I'm like, damn.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell is going on?
They're like, Travis, you can't come back, bro. You ain't doing that.
Can't just hit him like that.
I was dying when I saw that.
He smacked the hell out that man. That shit was funny.
Yeah. Well, hey, everybody have a good weekend. We gonna get out of here. Hardwood Knuckleheads. Great to connect back with you, man. You got any big plans this weekend or what?
Just workouts and stuff. I actually went to go watch some of my kids playing a playoff game last night. They won. Shout out to my girls over at Western McEwen. They won a big one. They're in the semifinals tonight. They play over in Pendleton for state. Just a whole bunch of basketball. That's gonna be about. I finally gonna get a chance to sit down and kind of do that. So that's gonna be kind of nice just for the weekend.
Okay. I bet you still ain't watched that movie I told you. I bet you ain't.
I ain't watched it. Hey, I've been watching The Pit. You watched The Pit on HBO?
No.
I'm
watching White Lotus, bro.
Hey, okay, what season are you on?
3.
Them season be wet. That man, like, we got to talk. That second season was weird, bro. Like, there was some parts that I was like,
yeah. You got to get into season 3, man. 3 episodes.
I watched the first episode and I was just like, oh shit, here we go. All right, like it always starts off with some dead body and then be backtracking and shit. I'm like, okay, who did it? Like, already got some ideas on who I thought it was. I got to watch some more to kind of find out.
Machine gun monkeys. I'm telling you. All right, y'all.
Yes,
have a good weekend. We out.
All right, fam.
Oh, John Cena.
Oh,